Good morning, Papa Bear here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. For those that are returning, thanks for taking a look at this video. Recently I was laid off from a career of 20 years, so I'm planning my next through hike. So in November I'll be through hiking the Sheltowee Trace Trail, which goes through starts in Moorhead, Kentucky. That's the northern terminus. And then it goes about a little over 340 miles down through Kentucky, through the Daniel Boone National Forest into northern Tennessee. So I figured I would go through the gear that I'm carrying. This is my 3-season gear kit. It's with all my camera equipment and everything. It's 11.5 pound base weight. So I'll go through what I'll be taking on the trip, and in the video description I'll put timestamps to each section of the video. So thanks for checking it out. Start out with the backpack. It's Red Paw Packs Front Range 40, so it has a 40-liter internal capacity, and then I'm not sure how much capacity is on the outside, but it's pretty generous in the storage on the outside. There's a big front pocket here, which I'll be doing this through hike with my buddy Monk that I met on the Vermont Long Trail, and we'll be hiking through hunting season. So I made this little fluorescent orange out of an old shirt I had to cover the back, but there's a big pocket in the back. There's a bottom pocket down below, which I keep my ground sheet for my tent in there, and then it fits about probably about a day's worth of food underneath. You know, two regular side pockets, and then I think one of the reasons why this has become my favorite pack is because of the running vest style. So there's two large pockets on each shoulder. There's double sternum straps on it. And then there's above the water bottle pockets, there's some extra small mesh pockets, so I keep miscellaneous things in there, but you know, they can fit snacks and whatnot. But that is the pack that I'm taking. Water storage in my cook system. So on this trip, taking two 1-liter smart water bottles with a platypus filter, and then a 1-liter platypus water bag. That's my main water storage that I'm taking. And then for my cook system, which also gives me like an extra ½ liter, taking my 500, I think it's a 500 milliliter cold soaking dish. And then you'll see a theme here. I started making some of my own gear over this past winter, and a spoon. And then also inside this little pouch is my toothbrush, and there's some toothpaste tablets inside here as well. And then I also keep this on the outside of my pack is my poop kit. So I got some toilet paper in there, my trowel. There's a backcountry bidet, because I started using a bidet this year. So this will be my first through hike with that. But that's my water storage and my cook system. Rain gear I'm taking. Well, rain gear and gloves. So I picked up a Gossamer Gear umbrella, which I made this little case for it because it goes in the same pocket as my cold soaking dish, and the dish was starting to rub on the umbrella too much. So I got that little case for it. The umbrella. For this trip, I'm expecting some cold rain, so that'll help. Nighttime lows is supposed to be in like the mid to upper 30s with daytime highs in about mid 50s. I'm not taking rain pants on this trip, but instead a pair of wind pants. These are Timber-Made wind pants. They're like less than 2 ounces or so. The rain jacket is the Montbell Versalite rain jacket. This rain jacket is really no longer waterproof. I've got about 3,000 miles on this, and it's like delaminating in several spots. So that's the other reason I'm taking the umbrella with me. And then for gloves, I got a pair of the opossum, I think it's possum down gloves from Z-Packs. The sleeves were a bit long, so I shortened down the sleeves a bit. Made them a little bit lighter, but the real reason I did it was just so they fit better. And then a pair of Montbell wind gloves. So this is actually, I haven't even tried these out yet. So it'll be my first try on this hike with them. But that's all my rain gear. Alright, next up is my shelter system. So inside this stuff sack is something new for me this year. I've only had it on one trip. It was a 2.5 day trip. So I've used it maybe a total of like 3 nights. It's the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Mid 1 tent. It has a zipper front to it, but in the limited use I've had with it, I like it. I switched back to a tent mainly because I also switched to a wider sleeping pad, which I'll show in a minute here. But the Hyperlight tent is going with me on this trip. Oh, and with that, I got another little baggie I made. I'm taking, I believe it's eight tent stakes. I think it's like 6 of the MSR carbon tent stakes, and then in here I got 2 MSR groundhog. They're both I believe 6 or 6.5 inch stakes. And then with the tent comes a pole jack, which I found I don't always need it, but I think it will come in handy taking it. Basically, if I want to pitch the tent higher to get more airflow, that's essentially what I'd use the pole jack for. But other than that, I found I don't really need it. So that is my shelter system. Alright, food storage. So I'm taking this, I believe it's a nylon stuff sack. It's a Outdoor Research, I think a 15 liter. I found I like this better than the DCF stuff sacks just because it packs up to nothing, where it sounds stupid, but the DCF stuff sacks, when they're not in use, just take up a little bit more room. And then I lost my DCF line bags. I made this little guy, and then it's 50 feet. I think it's the Z-Packs Z line. And then one thing I do for food organization is I got like, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 of these like really lightweight DCF bags. So what I'll do is on this trip, I've got up to a 6-day food carry. I think the average is about 4 days. There's 3 resupplies on this trip. But what I'll do is I'll put each day of food in like a separate bag. That way, when I'm going to get my food for the next day, I just grab basically the next bag that's in line. Just saves me a little bit of time in the morning when I'm organizing my food. Alright, electronics and some miscellaneous items. I keep all this inside this Hilltops dry bag. So I got my emergency kit, sweat rag that hangs on the outside of my pack, a combination of like Neosporin and beard butter. I use that for chafing and foot care. Miscellaneous shock cord that goes on the outside of my pack if I need to strap anything to the outside. These are detachable load lifters for my pack. Beard comb, Mountain Blaze wallet, battery charger is a night cord 20,000 milliamp with a wall charger with 2 USB ports, miscellaneous different cord adapters, some extra video memory cards for my GoPro Hero 12, which I'm taking, an extra GoPro battery, my Nightcore headlamp, a Apple earbud. I had cut, this did have 2 and I cut one of them off, a small Spyderco knife, and then miscellaneous cords for charging and video transfer. Alright, next up is the clothing that I'm taking. So, to hike in throughout the day, I'm taking a fluorescent orange CLA running cap, a Outdoor Research Echo hoodie, and then Nike Challenger shorts, and I'll be hiking in and sleeping in a pair of darn tough socks. And the shoes that I'm taking, I'm sticking with what I ended the Appalachian Trail with, which was the Ultra Olympus 4s. So that's everything that I'll be hiking in, and if I get cold, I'll throw on my fleece. Alright, camp and sleep clothes. Taking my Mountain Blaze merino wool beanie. I've got Senchi Designs, a pair of their bottoms. These are the 60 grams per square meter. And then a White Heart Gear Alpha Direct hoodie. And then a short sleeve Outdoor Research Echo shirt. That's for sleeping in town. A pair of sleep socks. These are darn tough socks. And then I have, actually I'm taking like 1.5 of these. This is just a towel to wipe up my tent if it gets wet. And then the puffy jacket I'm taking is the Enlightened Equipment Toward Apex jacket. So this used to be, well, it's has the hoodie on it, but it used to be the full zip, where I converted it to like a quarter zip. So I had removed the zipper on the bottom part and then just sewed it up just to make it like a pullover style. So those are all the clothes I'm taking. Alright, last up is my sleep system. So I got this Nemo pillow. I picked that up on the AT. It's the pillow without the cover, so that weighs, I think, 1 ounce. Quilt I'm taking is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma 30 degree. And I had made a few modifications to this. I added a couple extra snaps to give it more of a sleeping bag style. And then for the cords that are meant to go around the sleeping pad, I shortened them up. Just to, I don't use it around the sleeping pad, but just to, if I want to kind of, yeah, basically have a sleeping bag style. And then the sleeping pad I'm going with, this is the Thermarest X-Lite wide version, except I cut it down to 63 inches long, which for me is good enough. It goes down to about my ankles. So that's all my gear. So thanks for checking out the video. I hope you all have a good day.